So Matt Mark's going to step in. Very capable player. I know Matt Mark is a very flexible player. We've seen Matt Mark play like Brigitte at a Contenders level previously. We've seen Matt Mark play a range of heroes, right? I would say most known probably for the Reinhardt, but very flexible player. So I feel like if you're going to be missing a player of the quality of Kaiman, you'd love to have a player like Matt Mark who's flexible and will give you a lot of options. And I think we're going to see that come to fruition here on Oasis.
Well, we're going to see something here as we're going to see some more Wrecking Ball versus Reinhardt compositions. See how these two teams attack this first objective as they're vying for position as Matt Merck is looking to roll in to the backline, disrupt, but they're getting it forced out. They're not going to be able to roll through the team, which is a good start for Worldwide, not getting that extra damage in from that Wrecking Ball yet, but still not able to take anyone out so far as Tristan looking to pop these shots down the sight, not finding anything yet. Neither of these two teams, that anti-nade could have changed everything, but right now it's the Matrix with this advantage. They're going to be able to get, no, okay, they're just going to go off the point and not get this first point as they're going to lose the fight in the end because of it.
Yeah, I think the Matrix going to back off from that one. And Worldwide doing such a good job of controlling space in and around the objective. Oh no, they're losing out there. That could be a way for things to shift here on this point. It looks like the Matrix are taking it as a way of things to shift.
Yeah, they're going to try to get in this, but Sawhill with a nice pin onto Matt Merck, going to take them out of this fight and, again, solidify the fight for Worldwide.
You saw Hill, right? I think I saw them get 3 final blows in that team fight, right, Joker? And 39% of their ult. So, like, they're very selective with the damage they did. They were very good at controlling space in and around the map. They did some great zoning. Loved it. Really good first team fight from Sawhill.
As Nolan's going to start off with that pulse bomb, or sorry, the Matrix, the pulse bomb being used as well by Echo as the Matrix come back in strong off the back of Lukewarm and company as they're going to get this point into their favor as Nolan trying to stay alive, trying to find a pick, but it's not going to happen. They're going to get out though.
Very messy so far. I think Sawhill saw that it was going to be messy on the right here. He's going to go over to Winston. This is kind of a mirror matchup in the sense, right? Where you're going to have the idea of your back line and your front line, right? Your front line is going to be Tracer, Winston. Actually, no, with the changes here for the summer, this is kind of like your old 6-man composition, right, from Worldwide. But it's 5 players, right? So let's see how they do this. They're going to be really aggressive. They're going to be very direct with how they approach things. I imagine their ideal target is going to be either neutral or phase.
Well, they tried to separate out Nolan there for the time being. The pulse bomb comes through, and they're going to be taken down by Olimar in the back line. Now they're going to pop this nano boost on to Lukewarm. Now the overclock as well. Lukewarm coming in with the 3-piece off the back of it. Looking for that last remaining player to get out, but no, they're not going to get it.
Yeah, Lukewarm. Really good player. I really like the look of this player, right? I've seen a couple of instances, like just clips of him like every month or so. Really developing as a player and is now able to pull off those sorts of plays. That fight looked pretty grim for the Matrix, but Lukewarm turned it around.
Yeah, as they're going to look to get into this. Another nice anti-nade coming in from Fix, but there's the dive in onto the back line, trying to take out Neutral here, but they're not going to be able to get that pick. They are going to be traded 2 for 2, but now Eiko going wild on the Tracer, finding a Red X out of this fight as well, and continuing to force back Worldwide.
Worldwide, who's going to touch the objective here? I imagine they're going to maybe set up for the Sombra EMP engage and then bring Sawhill into things. Let's see if Tristan's able to set that one up.
Well, there's the EMP coming in, the dive coming in as well, but Sawhill is out of this fight immediately, and a nice little sleep dart coming in as well, stopping the assault on to Fix as it's still looking good for the Matrix with a nice pulse bomb coming in from Olimar. Obviously going to be able to take Fix out, but wait, well, in the meantime, they needed to get on the point.
Yeah, I really thought that EMP and then the engagement from Sawhill, it looked pretty tidy, to be honest, Joker. it looked like it was going to be really clean, and it looked like it was going to be a fight win for Worldwide. But once that Sleep Dart came in, and once Sawhill went down, that's when things really changed. So Fix, good job there. Credit to the Matrix backline. That was a difficult team fight for them to take, and they took it extremely well.
It really did. As now we're heading over to City Center here, and we're not seeing many changes yet, but right now we do have Olimar and Lukewarm hovering over the Symmetra.
I think that's just for the teleporter.
Yeah.
I imagine they're both going to go over to the Tracer. Exactly. Lukewarm, but it's like their signature pick, but it's the one when I think of Lukewarm, I'm really excited to see Tracer. Just because of like what other people have said that Lukewarm is a really nice Tracer, so I want to see it. And Northern Corona back on their humble Moira pick.
Yeah, and as well, this duel between the Sombras are going to be huge going forward. But hey, maybe they don't even need the Sombras at the moment because, well, they are going to find these 2 picks already off the back of it. Tristan did get in there with a hack, but not going to be able to find it. But there's the pick going on to their counter. Sombra, as Worldwide, are going to be able to start off with this point capture.
And it's really difficult as a wrecking ball to push into Sombra. I think it's easier when you have the space, right, and the Sombra has to kind of defensively play, right, guaranteed, and play with the backline. Whereas this Sombra could just go up and hack you, but it has a little bit more options, right, when you're kind of defending and controlling the objective.
As they're going to go into this, there's the pulse bomb out, but it's only going to catch the bubble of Sawhill. No one going down, but Sawhill so low, going to be finally taken out of this fight as the Matrix come back strong, getting every pick they need to get the point into their favor.
Yep, good team fight, well executed. Well, the timing on that fight was super crisp, right? Worldwide, once that fight started, looked not necessarily lost, but they looked out of ideas because every single time the Matrix player was leaving their backline, another one entered. I thought the timing was really good from Echo, from Lukewarm, from Mattmark in particular. Also some Discord orders from behind. I thought Neutral and Fix were in a really cool position as well. And Fix doing a good job to keep Neutral active in these team fights.
And there, oh no, that's an unfortunate teleport from Echo there, as that might cost him this fight, as no one's popped their Coalescence and taken Fix out. They still got this minefield available though, but it's not looking the best for the Matrix at the moment. If they can find a pick, that could be huge, but I think they're just going to give things up or wait for these respawns to come through, as they're going to still try to attack this point. Still accruing capture percentage. Finally it goes, no, not over to the Worldwide yet, as Lukewarm comes back, takes Olimar out. The EMP is going to be invested because they need to win this fight, and they finally get that point over to into their favor.
Matrix will be happy enough. They forced out the EMP. Once they lost Fix, right, who was 96% on Rally, I think that fight was kind of over for Matrix. There was kind of no way back. I feel like if they could have kept Fix alive and then brought things back together with the Rally, then it was winnable. But otherwise, it was going to be super difficult. And now you forced out the EMP. Yeah,
and now they're going to come in here to the dive onto the support line. That Rally is going to be used to keep them up and healthy for the time being, as they're going to still continue to look and push forward, as the EMP now comes out from Echo, getting a little bit more value than the last one, as the Matrix are looking to get this point back in their favor fairly quickly, as Echo finds 2 there, as Olimar finally goes down. Another pick from Echo.
Yeah, Lukewarm and Echo are lighting up the kill feed in that team fight. It was a good EMP, a very mature EMP, right? Not looking for any more than 2 to 3 members, just making sure they cleaned up the team fight. Really good job from Echo. Lukewarm got the pulse from the next team fight. Interested to see what they could do with it. And especially since Nona Corona has that Coalescence, if they're using that, they're kind of locked away and can't fade. So, yeah, let's watch Lukewarm at the start of this team fight.
Yeah, let's see here if they can get that pulse bomb. No, nothing gonna go with it. But hey, they're still making space, and they're continuing to hold on to this point. This Primal Rage is looking good, but unfortunately they knocked them over the side. Can't continue to get that damage down, as the rest of the Matrix are able to capitalize, take Sawhill out of that fight, as they continue to do damage and looking to wrap things up. The overtime bar ticks away. No one's gonna be able to get there in the end, as the Matrix takes map number 1.
I thought that was extremely clean from the Matrix, to be honest. I thought it was really clean. I thought their timing was good. I thought their execution was good. I thought Fix was incredible in that map. I thought Fix had a really good safe dart in that first round in their critical team fight of University. Towards the end, this Nano onto Lukewarm as well. Pretty critical towards this team fight win. At every single team fight, Fix was giving neutral space to play in, giving neutral activity, making sure that neutral was constantly active in the fight. I thought Fix had a really, really good map there, and also just making sure they were using Rally well. The Nano boosts were used. Yeah, no, brilliant map from Fix in particular. Just thought I'd have to highlight that.
And especially since it seemed like Worldwide's entire gameplay was to take both Fix and Neutral out of the fight as quickly as they possibly could. They stayed alive fairly well as well, and that's huge with that synergy and the pile that comes in from the rest of from the Matrix.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I actually thought, a couple of times that, Fix and Neutral, the way that Worldwide were approaching the game is making sure they were getting onto them, and they were getting onto them early. They were playing very proactive. Usually that's a sign of a really good team in Worldwide, and I think they are a good team. But the way that Fix and Neutral were able to stay alive against a really proactive dive speaks volumes to how well they were playing in that map.
It really does. Well, we might not have to worry about dive here, Ocean, as we're heading over to the Brawl capital of the world. We're heading into King's Row.
Ooh, interesting. Actually, what's your opinion on King's Row as a map?
See, I used to really love it, but with casting Overwatch and it being everyone's favorite map, it's just gotten so boring to me. I feel just seeing it every other map, pretty much. That and Lijiang Tower, even though I'm using it as my background today. But it's just gotten boring to me because it's always the same. It's just drawn out. It's played too much.
I'm gonna, I decided to try and get us clicks earlier with the Mercy Stab. I'm gonna say I think King's Row is extremely overrated. I think this map is extremely snowbally. I think it's great for ranks because everyone, kind of knows how to play it because it's such a linear map, right? And you kind of can just 3-2-1 brawl. But I feel like it's so snowbally. You can get stuck in these ruts where you're gonna lose 5 fights in a row, and it's because you can't quite take those corners. I think this map is so difficult when you've lost the previous team fight to get back into things. Especially, for example, if you lose point A, you're unable to get the arch wide, and all of a sudden you've lost all 3 points.
Ooh, that's a cool
that is a really cool shot. That's extremely cool.
But we do have an update for Worldwide, as you see it on your screen now. Emerin coming into the lineup.
I think we were kind of expecting to see them in the lineup in the last map, to be honest. Yeah. So that's a good surprise. Maybe this will uplift the level of performance and execution. I imagine so. This is another cool shot. Credit to the observers for today. Should probably get a raise after some of these shots. Yeah. Was that a shot that was outside of the map? Are we meant to see that?
We can see. I mean, you can go outside of the map. It's just usually not designed well.
I think it's fairly well designed. It looked cool.
Well, if you go, if you go over to Nimbani, I love this because I found this out just observing a game once. You look at the landscape from afar, it looks pretty nice, but then you go in, it's just not textured whatsoever. But we're not talking about Nimbani. We're on King's Row here, and we're seeing some brawl here, and I'm loving it. This is old school.
Yeah, this is just your standard 5v5 brawl mirror. And it's the exact mirror for both teams. So the May walls go up and start the team fight.
As they're going to come in here, the Ryan's swinging for the fences, looking to find their first pick, but it is going to be Nolan going down early on, but they're going to be able to take Matt Merck out of this, but it's still not enough to stop the Matrix from continuing to push forward and get the picks that they need to start things up, as Tristan almost takes out Fix there, but in the end falls to the Lucio.
Yep, he's going to bring Fix. Gonna bring the rest of the team back to the objective. I wonder if we'll have anyone near the objective. It looks like they may be trying something? No, they're just kind of poking in and around the corner. Nobody can test here. And then the priority for Worldwide will be to get a fight at this archway. This archway, notorious for being difficult to get through, right? Because it's such a long rotation to get to the high ground if you want to take that. Which I did see someone up there. Who was sneaking around on the high ground? Was that May?
I don't...
Not sure, but also like this choke is so tight. This little archway, that's a nice way to get through it with the Ant Matrix, though.
The Ant Matrix is gonna come out and just force away Worldwide for the time being, and that's just gonna create so much space for the Matrix to take away from them now. As they've forced them back to the streets of Kings Row, past the bookstore. And it's now they're gonna have to try to come back in with their own Ant Matrix of their own, and they're just gonna kite around it, wait for it to go down, or wait for the push in. The shadow coming into the face, knocking down 2, and that's gonna wrap things up for Worldwide as they clear everyone away. Maybe not. Someone gets out. Does Lukewarm stay alive? No, they do not.
Yeah, definitely not. It's all going for that mega. Oh, they're going for the spawn cap. I love this idea because this map is so snubbly, and look how tight that doorway is. Right, that is one of the tightest chokes in the game right there. This is a very sensible choice to go for the spawn cap. I'm not really seeing any swaps. Nope, they're just going to opt to take the brawl on the stairs. I like this.
Well, they've got these the Blizzard available, so both of them do. But in the end, Redx has the Sound Barrier available, but Neutral gonna find those headshots to take Sawhill out of this fight and solidify the fight for the Matrix yet again.
Both teams trade the Blizzards, but it looked like Echo's Blizzard had the better execution by a little bit there, and Redx investing the Sound Barrier. I mean, I understand completely why. I think that fight was completely winnable, but realistically now, when you look at the next fight, you probably won that one back, as Fix was able to hold on to their Sound Barrier, and you kind of want a response to that. Set up on the high ground as well. This is going to be a problem that World won't have to deal with as they try to retake the cart right now.
They're just going to kite away from the Deadeye. Both Deadeyes actually being used by both the squads. The Ant Matrix now coming out. Sound Barrier in response to the counter Ant Matrix as the Lucio duel goes in the favor of Redx. The Shatter on high only only connects to Redx, but they get away. It's still looking good, however, for Matrix on the point. They find 2 picks. They're still looking to hold on, but it does not seem to be the case. Redx trying to be a pest, but Matt Merckx deals with him swiftly with the hammer.
You know, that's so unfortunate for Matt Merckx, because they hit the slam. It's a good earth shatter to make sure they still low at Redx. And Redx just bounces along the floor off the high ground, and Matt Merckx just unable to hit that hammer on them while they're earth shattered. That's unfortunate. This is going to be difficult for the Worldwide, because they want to take, ideally, the corner that Echo's on currently, but Echo just walls them off. The cart's there now, and they've lost a lot of ground here at Worldwide on their defense, and they're wasting even more time trying to rotate around the map. This is a lot of free space for the Matrix right now, and the Blizzard should Worldwide get close.
Yeah, the Blizzard's just going to come into it, and there's not going to be really any follow-up to the Shatter because of it. Emran does take out Fix, but it's still not going to be enough, it seems, for Worldwide to come in, as the Deadeye needs to be something, but it's not going to find anything in the end as Echo goes down to the magnetic bomb. But again, it's all these consolation picks. Maybe in the long run it'll help, but right now it's not.
Worldwide need to be able to get such onto the objective. It's going to be difficult with Lukewarm's high now, but they have the Blizzard if they so get onto the points.
They get the pick onto Sawhill as Lukewarm still doing wonders with the Peacekeeper, taking Emran out of the fight. The Sound Barrier has kept them alive for a little bit longer, but it's not going to be long enough as the Matrix take all 3 points in a 3-minute and 8-second time bank.
Remember when I said Kings Row was a very snowbally map?
Yeah.
Case in point?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. Just in case for some of you who are newer Overwatch viewers here, a snowball is kind of like, you know, if you roll a snowball down a hill in real life. I know some of the gamers in the UK have had snow recently. If you roll a snowball down a hill, it picks up speed, and traction also picks up more snow. So a snowball in Overwatch is if you win one team fight, and with all the ultimate charge and space you gain from that team fight, you win the next one pretty significantly, and that just, the momentum just keeps carrying on, kind of like a snowball rolling down a hill.
Yeah, and I mean, it could have not been that case as what's that? There's a There's a name for that hallway, but I can't
The
remember. What
underground?
no, it's like there's a certain type of aesthetic that it's called, but I digress. I was going to talk.
Like a tube shape. It's Pringles can hallway. What do you want?
I digress. It was something completely different.
Look where we're back. We're back here.
Oh, look at that. I was going to say that fight that happened with the two blizzards at the spawn was really the difference maker in that entire map.
Yeah, that's what started the snowball.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say that before I was taken off track about aesthetics of the hallway. But right now we're gonna go in here yet again. Lukewarm on this Cassidy continues to be a dominant force for the Matrix, finding 2 picks and oh no, make it 3 for the Cassidy of Matrix as they forced them back to spawn.
And the downside of losing fights in Brawl is, like, typically in this sort of scenario, and you know, most scenarios when you lose a fight, you're going to be down an ultimate charge, especially first fight. So Matrix will be building up to these ultimates a little bit faster than Worldwide, and with how Snowball King's always, the Soul Hook goes down there, they're going to be a lot of problems.
Well, that was a nice play from Nolan, keeping up Sawhill for the time being. But they still have to get through this choke and deal with the Matrix, who are building up to these ultimates very quickly at the moment. Matt Merck almost up to the shatter. One more swing and they've got it. And there it's going to come out. No, they don't need it because, well, they've already been dealt with in the end as Worldwide are able to get that first fight win under their belt.
So, you know how the color commentator's meant to tell you what the heck went on, right? I'm going to tell you that Matrix had a really good advantage, you know, in their ultimates. They didn't quite use their ultimates. And so Hill just swung at something and killed it. That's kind of what it looked like on my screen, to be honest. So there's your analyst work for that team fight. And that allows Worldwide to kind of catch up in ultimates, right? You know, Echo was ahead in Blizzard. Lukewarm was ahead in Deadeye. But it's not so simple anymore. Both these teams are going to have a lot of ultimates. Actually, probably all 10 ultimates in the lobby next team fight.
Yeah, it was almost a massive play. Thanked Nolan again, saving the life of their comrades in arms. But for how much longer? Well, Sawhill's gonna come in here with the help of that animation. What? The face of Matt Merck saves him for the time being. Not going to save them forever though, as Matt Merck comes through, finds 2 as the Matrix hold on at the archway.
Like, I know that is probably a waste of an ultimate. But it looked heckin' cool, and the guts it takes while you're getting May Blizzard throughs to just turn around and smack the opposing Reinhardt with an Earth Shatter. Credit to Sawhill. It may not have been effective, but it looked cool and I liked it.
Yeah, I mean, isn't that what you're doing this for? To look cool? I think that's 95% of why I play Overwatch, to look cool. But they're gonna go into this next fight here. The shatter.
Oh, nice! Wait, that was Echo's wall!
That was Echo's wall! It just denies the Earth Shatter of Matt Merck as the Blizzards comes in from Emerin. Not gonna find any picks, but now the sound barrier is gonna let them aggress onto the rest of Matrix here as Matt Merck goes down. The wall's coming out, but it's not gonna save the Matrix from oblivion as Worldwide continue to push forward here.
Probably deservedly having some words with Echo right now. Echo vlogs about Merck's Earth Shatter. It happens to the best of us. And actually, no, the Matrix are in a pretty bad place, right? They've maybe just the Amp Matrix for the next fight. That's going to be mirrored. And Sawhill's controlling this corner right now. And this is like a deep sight line, right? So Matrix, they have to walk across this long hallway to even get close to the objective right now.
Well, they're going to be able to get them forced back off the back of a nice charge in the rest of the Matrix getting there as the Amp Matrix comes out and really helps them wrap up this fight. The extra damage, that extra healing does wonders for the Matrix.
And you know, that kill from Lukewarm onto Nolan, that's so critical because that means Nolan can't match the Amp Matrix, right? From the Matrix. The Matrix, neutral. Use their Amp Matrix and it can be mirrored because of that kill from Lukewarm. Lukewarm has been really good in this series as well. The player I highlighted at the start, I really like the way they've been playing.
Yeah, as the Deadeye is now coming out, they're speeding them into the opposition, but They stay out of the sight lines for long enough to stay alive, but again, they're going to be taken down with one swing of the hammer coming in from Matt Merck, finding 3. Can they find a 4th? No, neutral takes it away from them, but the team kill gong sounds nonetheless.
Yeah. And the problem with King's Row is now Matrix are holding this archway and a couple of really nice corners, right? You kind of got what I call a defensive snowball, right? Where you're kind of just winning fights over and over on the defense as well. And because you have so much cover and so many corners to play around, it's pretty nice to win a team fight on the defense here.
Well, this Deadeye's coming in, but Aiko threw in the Blizzard, and not really going to lock anyone up. Now Embryn using their own, but they're already losing so many of their fellow comrades as Lukewarm, yet again, finding 4 in the fight.
And now that Deadeye charged up once more, right? You could kind of, at the start of the fight, use that Deadeye, force out some cooldowns, and get some more productivity and proactivity going. The Matrix look really good right now, not just with that 3-minute time bank, but with some ultimates to try and stop Worldwide here. 52 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, they're only going to have the sound barrier from Red X here, and they're going to use it too late to keep Tristan alive. The Deadeye coming in from Lukewarm, trying to find anyone, but well, while they're running away, well, no, they're going to find Red X, but while they were running away, the rest of the Matrix were able to find all the kills they needed.
Red X used that sound barrier at some point there, right? And there's nothing. Nothing online for Worldwide. Fix has the sound barrier available to respond. Yeah, it's going to take a miracle if Worldwide are going to get back into this map. Or this team fight, rather, to be honest. They got to start with this team fight and then to get back into the map. It's a long road ahead for Worldwide in this series.
Yeah, they're going to look to come in here, but they're going to be forced to take this fight. But, oh no, Matt Merck is super low. That could have been the difference maker that they needed. The sound barrier trying to keep them up and healthy for the time being. But there's still no picks on to speak of as the Shatter comes
out,
taking Matt Merck out, as well as the Coalescence coming in now, as Worldwide find that miracle that they needed to keep this map alive.
You know, I wish I knew of the miracle called Soul Hill previously. Just figured it out. That was nuts. You know, they did so well to put Matt Merck under pressure early with the May wall, and then, you know, to be able to stay alive after fix the sound barrier, and then Soul Hill to have the opportunity, to sense that opportunity to use the Earth Shatter. Brilliant play, and it might just keep Worldwide in this map of King's Row.
It's going to be very hard to complete this, however, with time on the board, especially losing Tristan that early on. That's going to buy the Matrix at least about 30 seconds, I'd have to say, of progress that they have to really push. And if they continue to take that fight up there, it's going to be a lot longer.
We had a defining fight earlier in this map between Dueling Blizzards. I think it's going to be very similar on this corner.
Well, maybe losing Red X early on is not what you want. They can't speed away now as the Deadeye comes out from Lukewarm and takes Emmeryn right out of May Ice Block, as they're going to continue to force this, push them back to spawn, looking for some stagger kills. But it's down to 30 seconds here, Ocean. It's not looking good. They just have this Coalescence.
They're going to build up to a sound barrier as well, as is fixed. So you're going to have options if you're Worldwide in a longer team fight, and that's not what you want to happen. I said a longer team fight, not the shortest one possible.
Yeah, they're going to have to go back with the Shatter in the face. It's going to try to keep them up. They're going to have to use the Coalescence to keep them up and healthy, but there's the pin into the back line. The Shatter in the face as well, coming in from Sawhill, though, as they're going to be able to find another 3 picks in this fight, and they're going to be able to continue moving this cart, but they cannot lose a single fight now.
I've got to invest in one of these Sawhill things. They're quite handy when you're up against it. That's 2 really clutch Earth Shatters from Soul Hill. Really, really impressed by their performance in this game. But can they provide the goods once more in this team fight? Both Lucille's have the sound barrier. Lukewarm has a Deadeye available, but my eyes are on Soul Hill with their performance so far in this map, trying to keep things alive for Worldwide.
Oh, and that's huge. The damage coming in from Lukewarm's Deadeye is going to really wrap things up. That's a 4 pace for Cassidy yet again, as the Matrix takes map number 2.
Matrix 2-0 up in this series. They were unbeaten in the Swiss stages of our Generation Esports qualifier. they've been pretty strong. I think they've been really strong, actually. Pretty strong is an understatement. I think Solheim on Worldwide has had some really good efforts to try and stop this train, but Lukewarm and Co have kept the train going. And starts getting the same value as Neutral, and the DPS players still get the same value as Lukewarm and Echo, with an even series here. I think between the two tanks, there's not too much. I think Fix is a really good series, yes. But has Radix had a bad series? No, not particularly. But it looks like Radix has been subdued, so maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, Boz has come in, and interestingly enough, Boz is a tank player. And I believe Emerin's also come out as Alamar is back in for them as well.
Unsure about their composition here. Sombra and May is interesting. I mean, the idea here that we're saying right now. Oh, okay. So the Sombra's the hack the health pack Joker, right? So you're gonna hack the health pack, and that's gonna be Neutral seen them. Neutral said interesting strategy. Neutral knows, but they're gonna go for the spawn camp here and use the mega health pack for extra healing resources.
In the kitchen, Boz says, but they're trying to cook something up here. Can they cook up a winning strategy is the real question, as they're walking into a lot of damage as Matt Merck is on the Ramatra, forcing them back. The hack is going to come out onto them, but they're still not able to take them out.
Moved the card away from the doorway.
They're going away now, but they're being chased by Fix on the Kiriko, and it's working out well for them. The Matrix are going to be able to continue going here as Matt Merck finds a couple.
Yeah, and once that cart's starting moving away from the doorway, like they're stuck in that room and they have to rotate out. And Matrix have already taken up so many angles up and around the map that once that cart moved away from the doorway, it was kind of impossible for Worldwide to win. Making some changes now, going away from the spawn camp approach, using the Winston Overwatch now to try and take the high ground. I think this is a more sensible approach.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I was expecting the Winston earlier on there to be able to get them onto neutral, but they're not able to take them out. Neutral still alive as Matt Merck takes the kill, but Alamar on the Tracer, someone we haven't seen since map number 1, coming in strong here now for Worldwide, trying to hold on to this point as the Ravenous Vortex, now the Annihilation coming out, gonna probably wrap things up as Boz is down, but only one goes to Annihilation, as it might not even matter because the Matrix still, the rest of their squad able to find the picks that they need. Fixed with 2 Kunai to the domes.
Yeah, Soul Hill theoretically, on the Winston here should be really, really clean. I think Winston into the current competition in the Matrix is actually pretty good, right? Yes, Kiriko got TP away, Kiriko's got Suzu, Discord's difficult to deal with, and I know Ramatra close up is also difficult to deal with, but theoretically, if you control these high grounds, surely the Winston gets a good amount of value versus the Ramatra here. But Soul just got blown up in both attempts of going towards the back one.
Goodness, everything's going pixelated, but I still see Lukewarm getting the picks off the back with the overclock and that secondary fire for the Matrix, as they're going to be able to win this out. And interestingly enough, Ocean, I have some insider information from Redix himself. He is subbed out because he has a land qualifier right now.
Oh, okay. So subbed out because they have cooler things to do. I say cooler things, right? LAN events are awesome. This summit event is awesome. But Redx obviously prioritizing that. And Baz coming in to do some due diligence for the team.
As they're going to come in here, they pop that nano boost onto Sawhill here. Still not going to be able to really solidify anything yet for Worldwide, as the rest of the Matrix continue to dominate Worldwide, as they're able to get the second point.
So obviously the idea for Worldwide is to try and bypass the Sumatra and get onto the Zenyatta. But as they're trying to bypass the Ramatra, they're taking hits from the Ramatra, and Neutral's playing so far back that they're able to get a Discord Orb, and then all the damage is bleeding into Sawhill. So maybe having someone else make that first engagement onto the Zenyatta, like a Tracer, might be a more accurate approach, and then that might free up space and resources for Sawhill to get involved on that backline.
Interestingly enough, that Primal Rage was used, but not used to really any avail as they fall down after it pops. It gets unpopped as Aiko finds 2 there on the Cassidy, not to try to be outdone by Lukewarm, who was on Cassidy last round.
Here you go. I like the idea of playing a Cassidy here where you can kind of stick the magnetic grenade onto a Winston or a Tracer and just be really irritating. And look at this. This is brutal. Spawn camp, annihilation in the spawn. Olimar going to the Bastion to try and break this spawn camp. I don't think it's going to be to any avail though.
Yeah, I was going to say, speaking of annoying, annihilation in their spawn was definitely that, as Lukewarm and Matt and Mark combine to capitalize and get that point to the end of 3rd point.
That was a pretty quick time, especially for Gibraltar, right? You know, usually teams on offense at point A and point B find it very, very difficult because of the natural high ground that you have from the defense. I suppose Worldwide chose to give that up on first point, really, when they went for the spawn holes.
I might have. But right now, we're going to go into this next little fight here. Or, sorry, next round here. And we're waiting to see, well, how these 2 teams decide to, or at least how the Matrix are going to try to defend this.
Hey, 3 minutes 37, you've got so much to work with if you're the Matrix, right? You know, even if you bleed the clock for a lot of this round, you're in a really good position to win the map. And obviously, you know, you've got the comfort of being 2 map points up, 1 win away from the grand finals of this qualifier for Generation Esports. Yeah, it's such a difficult position for Worldwide. Matrix have so many tools to play with, so many options available to them. And Worldwide, no matter what happens in this next round, it's going to feel like the entire world and everything is against them. But at moments like these, you're gonna need players that are able to pull through. A team, you need to be able to pull through. It's a difficult moment for sure, but let's see if they can prevail. So he'll 10 seconds late to the party.
Yeah, and it's gonna mean that Aiko's already found a pick in the fight, and they're gonna be down 4v5 at the moment when they get there, and but. The respawns are going to come back, obviously, but still, this is so much damage coming out from the Matrix at the moment. Lukewarm has found Tristan, and they're looking for another one. Baz is going to go down in the end, as they're still forcing this objective and forcing back Worldwide, and they're almost at their spawn.
This is an extremely intelligent setup from the Matrix, right? You see how they kind of divide and conquer. There's so many players at different areas, taking different angles. Like Fix may be on their own at some points, right? But they're not isolated because Neutral can quickly TP or Matmark can quickly jump back to them. They've got players spread around the map. It's making things so hard for Worldwide to even think about committing onto a player right now.
Yeah, so they're looking to commit, but there's the pulse bomb stick, and they're going to be able to stay alive thanks to the Suzu coming in from Nolan, and maybe things are changing. It's 2 for 2 currently at the moment. If they could find another pick here Worldwide, this would be huge. They're going to be able to continue moving forward, and there it is, Aiko going down to that secondary fire, and now this cart is going to be able to start moving.
Minute and a half off the top though, Joker, right? And you know, we haven't even got into the meat and potatoes of this point A defense, right? You know, we haven't had Worldwide try and take this high ground off of the Matrix yet. In fact, they haven't been able to do it yet.
I really want some meat and potatoes now. Thanks, Ocean. As we're going to go in here. Aiko finding Nolan again. This is just been a tale as old as time with the series. The Matrix are always finding these first picks, whether it be onto Nolan or Baz. As Matt Merck with the Winston Primal Rage finds 2 there, as the Kitsune Rush was also used.
That was some clean mechanics from Matt Merck. I actually, in all my time casting, I've casted Matt Merck a couple of times. I'm not sure I've seen Matt Merck play Winston. Actually, did I? I don't remember it, but that looked really clean from Matt Merck. Really good mechanical skill there, despite on the Winston.
Well, here comes a lot of damage from the Matrix, thanks to the the Nano Boost onto the Deadeye used to reload. But the Worldwide are continuing to find picks here off the back of this Kitsune Rush that Nolan has used. They're going to be able to get this cart moving a little bit more slowly but steadily, and that's what they need. They need it now. It's down to a minute here, but coming back quickly afterwards is 2 picks from the Matrix and a swap over to the Junker Queen from Matt Merck to try to deal with Sawhill on this Winston. But they found 1 pick with that Primal Rage, but it still might not be enough for Worldwide to continue. But hey, Neutral's now out of this fight as well. The sound barrier being popped, they might have the opportunity to complete this first point. They need another pick, and they're set up to, but Matt Merck now finding Sawhill might have solidified the defense. It's down to 20 seconds.
20 seconds left. What have the Worldwide got left in them? To touch the objective and to win a team fight and get on to point B, watch point Gibraltar, right? I mean, they've got the overclock. I think a lot of Worldwide's hopes to get to the grand finals are leaning on Olimar right now. What can you cook up for us?
Really? As they're not even going to be able to touch. No.
Oh, right then.
Why are all our matches ending in a C9, Ocean? This is just not cool.
I'm going to call it a C9 because I think they had plenty of time and resources to get somebody on the objective. I mean, we just had Oliver activate the overclock. They were clearly planning to go in. Just missed time.
Yeah, this is Matt Merck's Primal Rage and subsequent